I see red. Will Morgan see red? Because red is the S category. It's fog entertainment. It's Fear the Walking Dead Season 4. No witty intros because this show, quite frankly, doesn't goddamn deserve it.
Doesn't deserve it, and never mind that Morgan's seeing red. I don't think anybody's going to be seeing red because surely to get in the S category, you would need to at least be involved in a good show. And I think it's fair to say that Fear the Walking Dead is not a good show. Now, I think I've seen a lot of people shit all over season 4, and I get it. I mean, rightfully so, but I don't believe that the quality was as bad as some of the like Reddit posts and stuff like that I've seen. Yes, it was a big decline. Yes, I don't like the direction they were going. Yes, the filter absolutely fucking sucked. And if they wanted to do this thing with Morgan, this would have been the perfect time to just have a brand new spin-off rather than just completely, basically put a halt to the storyline and the arc that we know in Fear. But there was some episodes of this season that I thought were decent. And the thing is, I don't think Fear was that great to begin with. So, yeah, season 4 sucked. But, season 1, 2, and 3 weren't great either.
No, they weren't great either in here. I think people were overly going in, as you said, on this season. Is the drop-off there? Yes. But I actually thought there was some episodes that were alright. I thought there was actually a lot of characters they introduced that were better than previous season characters.
Yeah, but let's be honest, there was one character in particular that was fucking awful, and we will get to them in a minute. But
did I see that? But I actually think they're the worst TV villain I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're not good, so...
Let's begin with our camera woman. Do you remember her name? Althea. There we go. Is it an A for Althea? Is it a D for Althea? Is it an S? Is it a C? Is it a B? It is.
Should we not technically be rating them in numbers? Like, why would they in letters?
What do you mean numbers?
Should like the top category not be like 1 to 10? So we're rating the top 10?
What do you mean 1 to 10?
I just caught on to that. Pretty sure that's... Alright, never mind. Let's just go.
That's not what we do here.
Pretty sure we don't with Game of Thrones, but let's go.
Oh, hold on. Game of Thrones did have a drop-off. Did it have this fucking baddie a drop-off?
Alright, okay, let's go. S, A, B, C, D.
Well, if you want to do you want to do 1 to 10?
Nah, we'll do it.
Wait, do you want to do 1 to 10? Does anybody here even fucking deserve worthiness of being called number 1?
Well, the person who was the best gets number 1, but no, we'll do this.
We'll do this, you sure?
Alright.
So where's Althea going for you?
C.
Bottom of C?
Well, she's the only person in it, so yeah.
I'm talking about a prediction.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Right, as for Al, I thought she was a decent enough addition to the show, but I think the camera work and the gimmick that she had, it dragged on far too long. It's just all those scenarios you're putting yourself into by trying to film people. It is borderline ridiculous that she's still alive, and I think that is a pretty big plot hole. Up next, we've got Alicia, one of the few surviving Clark family members of this season. Survived the season, went from going on rampages to then trying to even save walkers. I thought it was her worst season by a country mile.
Yeah, I didn't like Alicia, but I still preferred her over Al, so I'll put her in C above Al.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Up next, we've got the kid, Charlie, that shot Nick. I'm mute until like 2 episodes to go. I'm giving it a D, man.
Yeah, I didn't like Charlie, didn't do anything for me, just kind of there, killed Nick, kind of ruined it. Yep, D, I think D.
Up next, we've got the man who was dishing out the boxes, but he died because he got hit by the hurricane. And he's being talked to by Luciana.
You hit me like a hurricane. I mean, this guy wasn't that bad, but I mean, he lasted technically lasted a while, but we only met him for 10 minutes.
He was a good man, and I thought he was a decent character for the episode he was in, but to put him above C would be ridiculous, so I'm going to say bottom of C.
Aye, bottom of C, I guess. Why not, in there?
Bottom of C. Up next, we have got the guy who was trying to get into Strand's pants. Do not know his name, but I know for a fact he's dead, and it's got to be a D for me, but it's above Charlie. He likes the D. I think we'll put him in D.
Yeah, that works for me. I just can't recall how he died. I take it he died in the stadium then, with everyone else.
I think there was just a lot of people that died off screen.
That seems like look at Too Far Gone. You get this big fucking shootout, and then in Fear the Walking Dead, you get told what happened in a flashback.
Yeah, when you compare the two, man, it's night and day. Up next, we've got the guy with the tash. Where does he go? This is the guy Nick killed in the silo. Essentially got Nick killed. I mean, I thought these were awful. You know what's funny? You had really bad villains in this Vulture crew, and then the woman at the end just completely fucking doubled down.
Yeah, made them look like A-listers anyway. For me, it was poor. I didn't like this guy.
I don't think it's a C. I think it's top of D.
Aye, D. Aye, why not?
Up next, we've got Jimbo. I love Jimbo. Well, I say I love Jimbo, but maybe reel it in.
Jimbo is my one of my favourite characters. I'd put Jimbo in B.
You liked beer. I think B for Jimbo is fair enough. Jim Beer. He liked the beer. Up next, another guy, John Dory. I think if I can remember your name first try, you're doing something right.
John Dory. For me, the most enjoyable character this season. Therefore, I'd probably like to put him in a category that I only think he will get, to be fair. So I'd put John in A. John Dory going in A for me is...
Yeah, but do you not think that's quite high considering like who he is and what he is?
No, he is, but I don't agree. I don't really agree with this tier list. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's mapped out properly. I don't think there's enough tier list. For me it's
5 categories. How high do you want to go?
Yeah, but it's 5 categories in a show that no one should really be getting in the top few categories. But I mean, if that's the case, if we were doing this based on, does that mean you just put everybody in C and D? So I've got to try and put John. I can't just put John one category higher than fucking Althea, who I didn't even like. So I'm having to put John in A.
Well, do you want to add another row in?
No, we won't add another row in, but I think there should have been like an F category or something like that, because...
Well, do you want me to add an F category?
No, because it would mean there's a lot of moving going on. Well, let's be honest, Jimbo's probably not a B, but he's better than these three, so therefore I have to put him higher than C. Do you see where I'm coming from here?
Right, we'll put...
No, but... And then I don't think Alicia is deserving of the worst. Do you understand how it's just too compact? Because for me, Alicia's not deserving of the worst category, so you put her in C. But then I think Jim Bob was a lot better than Alicia, so you kind of have to put him in B. But then for me, John Dory was head and shoulders number 1, and I think he deserves to be in front of Jim Bob. That's why I'm putting him in A.
Right, well, John Dory can swim his way into A then.
Right, okay. This works for me.
Right, up next we've got June. She went by about 10 different names, but I think top of C will suit her. I thought she was a decent addition, but again, I think she was probably the most likable woman on the show.
I'd put her in B beside Jimbo. Like, I can't say she's... I think she's better than Alicia and Althea, and a guy that we only seen in for 10 minutes.
That's why I said I was going to put her top of C, but alright, bottom of B, I can't complain. Right, up next we got Luciana. I hate Luciana. I'm going to put her right in there. You disagree?
I don't necessarily mind her, but she doesn't do anything. I don't
actually
care.
do mind her. She's a fucking nobody.
I just don't care for her. Like I don't hate her.
She's just sitting there, man, in the mansion with Strand. Strand's getting pissed, and she's just listening to all these wee tunes. And nothing character, man, since the get-go. Just kill her off already. See, once Nick has died, fucking she serves no purpose.
Why not get rid of her and keep Nick?
Exactly. I think I would have had this. Oh my god. Anyway, up next we get Madison, resting bitch face herself.
Rest in peace. Supposedly died this season, whether you believe the rumours or not. For me, I don't know, Madison. It's the same old shite for me. I'd put her in D. It's the same old shite. At least Althea was a new character and offered something different.
We'll put her
Madison offered the same thing she offered the first 3 seasons,
we'll
just moaning.
Top of D or behind mustache, man.
Aye, put her top of D.
Top of D, right? This is.
Bottom of D, yeah.
You know what? I actually think this is fucking worthy of creating a new tier 4.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think there should be an F because it does seem harsh to me that. Yeah, it just seems, I don't know.
She should be.
Not even on the.
See this fucking car here on this ad? Fucking put her in that. Put her in the boot and drive away. The worst character in TV history. Forget about villains, man. Fucking abysmal.
Are we creating an F?
I think we will need to create an F.
Yeah, but if we create an F, does that mean everyone needs to move down one?
Right, where do you create an F?
Well, you'd have to hit the tooltip, I think. Maybe you can't, because...
You can't, because this is somebody's created one. It's in presentation mode, you can only do it outside.
There you go. Well, look, she's going bottom of D. Look, anyway, we're ranking the characters so you can see the order here. If you can't do maths at home, John is currently number one. Jimbo's number two, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah. It's easier doing it on a tier list for shows I actually could not care less about. We've done a lot of shows on this channel where I actually enjoy going through it, but I mean, you look at this. I mean, this is just the bare bones of the characters.
Yeah, but we're still ranking them in order.
Yeah.
You might not necessarily give it a category. We could have put John in S, or we could have put him top of B. It'd still be number one. So
yeah. Up next, we've got the younger brother. I believe he was the younger brother. Had a bit more of a part to play, but him just riding around on a wee tricycle, man. What's that all about?
I'd put him in C. I mean, I think he deserves to be.
No, he does deserve to be a D, but whereabouts?
I'd put him above. I'd probably put him in behind Alicia in there.
In there, right? Morgan. Did he kill?
You know what? I'm actually going. I think Morgan should be not last, like, but I'd put him behind Charlie. I actually mean that. I think this guy
racism.
Wait, you put him last?
Oh no, I didn't mean that.
Like, I don't think anyone's going to beat Martha, like, but this guy's completely ruined the fucking show, and it's like probably the worst version of Morgan we've got yet.
Yeah.
Up to this point, this is the worst version I think we've seen of Morgan.
Yeah, I just don't really see how it's going to get much better.
I mean, it was one thing, him in The Walking Dead trying not to kill people, but he's actually took it to a whole new level, trying to save everybody.
Yeah,
He's just fucking went retarded.
And I feel like for most of the season, he had like a leg injury.
Limping around on a fucking stick. He walks half of America on a stick, one leg, just to decide, now I'm going to do a 180 and go back. No, it's like, oh, I'm going to travel to the other side of the world just to start this new season. Then I'm going to say I need to get back home to my friends. What was the point? What was the point of that?
No, it was ridiculous, and I mean, I never really liked the guy, but I've never seen a character who would have just benefited from being in one episode of the entire franchise more than this guy.
Yeah, so it is what it is. Right, up next. Yeah, I think he actually got progressively worse each time he appeared.
Yeah, it's actually it's hard to do that. But he did it.
Like, in Clear, he wasn't horrible, but I personally didn't think it was a great performance for him.
No.
Or maybe I'm not. Maybe the performance. Maybe that's not what I mean. I don't mean he had a poor performance.
It was filler. It was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was a filler episode, and I just don't think that really added anything to that season. Because I remember Clear. See, anytime I watch that back, I'm always thinking, it's the Morgan episode up next. Just because you want to find out what's happening with Rick and the governor and the president in Woodbury. Yeah, they just, and it's, see if they brought Morgan back, it would have been worth it. I'd been like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But they didn't even bring Morgan back, you know. It's just, I don't know. I episode kind of took me out the game a wee bit. But anyway, up next we got Nick. Nick.
He was screwed by the writing this season. Not only the fact was he killed off, right, but his death took a backward step because of Madison's death being shown in the mid-season finale, despite the fact that he died way more recently compared to her. But they were trying to portray it as if like they were mourning Madison over Nick, and it really affected his death.
Yeah, it was dumb.
If they'd done his death right, his death fucking sucked. Not the actual death itself. Like, it's a shock him getting killed by the kid, but the aftermath. I think an aftermath of a death's just important as the scene, and this flopped fucking big time.
Yeah, I mean, it was dumb. Like, timeline-wise, he died after Madison. But in the episode-wise, chronological, he died first. It was so dumb. And then his death was just overshadowed by Madison's, even though he died after Madison. And that was crap, let's be honest. They tried something different with the flashbacks and...
No, but the worst thing about it is, right, the cat's out the back. Madison isn't even fucking dead, by the way.
No, yeah, that's...
No, what other TV show would do this, right? And we're not talking about, like, some D-list character going up against an A-list character. If Nick was, who's on this list? If Nick was Jimbo, right, and they prioritised Madison's death in the mid-season finale over Jimbo's, regardless of chronological order, I'd accept that. But I've never seen a TV show really do this before, where they kill off like the second biggest character, but then it's ridiculous. Anyway,
I don't think Nick was that bad. I'd put him in C.
Bottom of B, top of C.
Yeah, top of C probably.
Right, top of C. Up next, we got the redneck, the female redneck.
You know what? I think her and her brother, if they really are brothers, were actually.
Like the Dudleys.
I think they were good additions to the show.
Yeah.
I
Questionable formations when they needed to move stuff and they made
Yeah.
the guy in the wheelchair get the truck, but yeah.
You know what? I would put her. I'd, I'd put her top of C.
Top of C. Okay, fair enough. Right, up next we've got Strand. Probably his weakest season so far.
Yeah.
I just feel like Strand, ever since his wee boyfriend died, has been in a cycle of drink, depression.
Look at when we first met.
comedy,
Look at when we
drink.
first met Strand. Businessman look, suit, Rolex. Oh, he's got the apartment. He's got the mansion. He's got the boat. He's got everything. And then it was pretty, like you said. As soon as he found his little boyfriend in Mexico, and it's like, why couldn't Strand be a straight, guy? It's the leader of the cartel, fucking bombing someone or something. You know what I mean? You'd be displaced. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, and it's just Strand. No, but it's like.
Look at Gus. He got looked down upon by the cartel.
Yeah, I mean, where are we putting Strand here? I'm thinking in between Alicia and Nick.
I'd actually put him behind Alicia, I think. No, actually, no, wait. I think he had a good episode with John Boy. I think in there's fair.
Up next, we've got Wheelchair Man. And don't worry, for people that's like, why are the black people at the bottom? This guy will not be at the bottom, even if his legs are. So we're going to put him into...
I'd say C along with his sister.
I'd say, yeah, just in front of Nick, right? And you want to know something massive here? Look at the first 5 characters, all introduced this season.
Yeah, so I mean, say what you want about.
Why is Morgan getting outshone by 5 people in comparison to him are nowhere near? He's like a Walking Dead legend by this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about season 4, but I mean, it did it. But then again, I would make the case that if they didn't introduce these new characters and they didn't ruin the Clark family arc, then we'd probably think more of Nick, Strand, and Alicia.
Yeah, no, I see that.
And Madison as well.
You look at Morgan though, and you look at like a Rick, you look at like a Daryl, you look at whoever. Say one of them jump ship to Fear. I don't think they'd be sitting second last right now.
No, probably not.
And it's not Lenny James's fault. I think it's just the character. It's so fucking annoying. Run their own way as fuck.
I think he's like Marmite. You either love him or hate him.
And we hate him.
We hate him, unfortunately.
But sadly, or good for him, he's not hated as the person beneath him.
Well, no one could be worse than Martha.
Yeah, it's the worst character in TV history. Boom. Out of the shows that I've watched, absolutely. Anyway, guys, that's it for Fear the Walking Dead. Characters, we've done the devs, we've done the characters, and now it's time to go through our 16 episodes coming soon on the channel. But until next time, peace.